And with that very weird introduction, good evening everyone and welcome to GHR F1 2018 F2 Round 7. It is the Italian Grand Prix live. We've got currently 14 drivers here in the lobby. I'm James Head 14. I will be your solo commentator this evening. Joining me in the commentary box as always are a few drivers. Ballboy's here, Deneen, Rocco, Mads, Jack Meyer as well.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello indeed. We've got a couple of comments. We've got a comment before we've got a viewer. That's strange. Very strange. Somebody's very eager. That's Storm that's very eager there.
Well, it's good to have eagerness.
Forgive me, I am coughing already. My voice has not been great today. But after 3 commentaries last night, absolutely done me in. Absolutely done me in. Right, I'm going to get the stream link out into the social chat, into the F2 chat as well. There we go.
Silas.
There we go. Yeah, Silas has got a new account, CPI Silas. And he was in the comment section actually last night for my commentary. He's probably followed me. Hopefully there might be a few followers from TTG coming towards us tonight to view the action as well. And good evening to everyone. I'll leave you in the company of the guys in the commentary box for 2 minutes. I'm going to go down and get a drink because my poorly voice.
Ah.
So, what does everyone predict for the race?
You to disconnect.
Oh, that's
Funny. Because I'm on a 5 bar at the minute, ball boy.
Wait.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, 4. Now it's going to 3. Oh, it's 3. Oh, it's 2. No.
Why do I always jinx this stuff?
Oh, you come back up to a 3. That was funny. Hopefully we don't have a repeat of TFRL B League Italy last season.
Hopefully we have a repeat of TFL B League Japan.
Well, I pissed off half the grid by lagging all over the face, so that's all I've got to do.
It's nearly 7.
I guess we can go without James.
I mean, he needs to get into spectator mode.
Yeah, spectator.
We can. I'm gonna ready up anyway. Start it off.
If we go into the race without James and spectator, it's Bulbul's fault, right? I'm gonna do that.
Well, if it does get like to 5 seconds or something, I'll reset it if he's not back.
Can't take that long to get a drink in Sunderland.
Well, you know it takes long.
Yeah, you gotta
Can't afford
get to the
stairs.
well, put in the bucket, and
Oh, he's in spectator.
put it down. Oh no, that's what they do in Wales, isn't it? Whoops, I got them mixed up.
Hey, there we go, I'm back. There we go. Oh, yeah, I've also picked up some salt and vinegar 12s on the way. So, yeah. But I've gone spectator. Are we giving any reserve invites, by the way?
Reserve, I don't know, I'll have a look and see who else is on.
Who do we have as reserve?
Oh no, is on.
I know Storm was available and Toad possibly. Give them 2 invites.
Yeah, we
Somebody
can
else.
trust Storm, definitely.
I think Storm and Toad would be perfect because Toad's asked me and Storm said, "Is there any space as well?" So I think they're the only 2.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. Danny Reese and Jacko are on the Rocket League doubles, so they could come on.
But we want reliable and clean drivers, not retards.
Legend Killers playing for draft.
Packer says he could race. If he can race on Saturday, that'll be more applicable, I think.
Well,
But
superhero.
Storm and Toad, I think, give them invites. I'd be get it up to 17. And then we've only got 2 reserves then, and people can't complain. Well, they probably will complain, but still.
There we go.
Try to do that as quietly as possible. I do apologise.
Matey boy's joined. I guess he could race.
Matey boy? I thought we said
Matey boy's
Storm and
still
Toad. Matey boy is not one of those guys. Still waiting for GHR race to begin on time. What about F4? F4 started on time one week. In fact, I think we were so early it started a minute early. Pretty sure. Still don't have a full-time teammate, no chance of the constructors, says Glock, who is, by the way, first reserve for the Pro-Am series. I was 2 seconds off the pace. No way, says Pablo. And that's his reaction to the GT Sport placements, which everyone can see now on GT Sport. There have been a few changes. I'm going to update the spreadsheet and update everyone on that in the coming day or so. We can start, by the way. I'm happy to start.
Right, ready up. There we go.
I'm still here even though I'm injured. I'm still here even though I've got a poorly voice. It makes 2 of us. Oh, Day Knight is now coming in and saying, does he want to join? I mean, I don't want him to ruin an F2 race, because I think Day Knight, to be honest, F10 is probably more applicable to him than F2. But still. Yep, Stallman, Matey Boy's got into the thinker. Does this mean I won't be racing anytime soon on GT Sport? If you're available on Salt and Vinegar won't help bad voice, yeah, totally. But does this mean I won't be racing on any time soon on GT Sport? Or Stephen, you are as a Pro-Am reserve, meaning really that if you're available, just remain available on a Sunday, because whoever's available will have that invite, and I will be choosing who gets to race. And I'm going to try and spice it up on a rotational basis. Hopefully we can try and get everyone at least into 1 or 2 races. So there we go. By the way, I am going to put my notifications off, because I don't want anybody like the Day and Night coming in messaging constantly on the stream, and no black boxes appearing like there was last night in TTG. I have a broken one,
so we don't destroy your stream.
Yeah.
Do you want the weather forecast?
Yes,
before we start?
Mr. Meyer, weather forecast, please, when we start. I'll keep you guys unmuted until then.
Okay then, it's
gonna
time
be
for the weather forecast for
just loading in now. Just loading in now.
I was born to play. I'll give you the full-on
Well, it's
detail.
dry anyways, that I can see on track.
We're just waiting on Wizards. And so, for short qualifying, we have dry with clear sky with high track temperatures of 34 degrees. And for the race, it is still dry with clear sky with a higher temperature of 35 degrees.
Thank you very much, Mr. Weatherman. You can now go back into your cage. Thank you. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. There we go, alone in the commentary box once again, and the action is about to start out on track. We've got a McLaren leaving the box. That is Boltzmann on a set of soft compound of tyres. Got super soft, softs and mediums as the 3 available compound of tyres here tonight in Italy. I apologise in advance, by the way, about my voice. If my voice goes halfway through, then there's nothing else I can do about that. I can try and thingy. Mads, by the way, has got a qualifying ban, and S-Boy has got a race ban. That's why you're not seeing S-Boy here tonight, so thank you very much to him for taking the race ban. As long as he doesn't join in the qualifying session, we should be fine. So, as I just try and get the comment section up, I'm not sure if my if we're disconnecting or whatever. My YouTube is not loading, which is great, so I don't know what comments are coming through on the stream. I'm going to try and get them up as soon as possible. But Bossman is first out on track. Soft compound of tyres for him. I think he could do quite well in this qualifying session. I put him in my top 3, to be honest. And I'm going to go for a bit of a wild and wacky top 3 here. Bossman for pole. I'm going to go Silas second and Vienmi third. Now, it's not really wild and wacky, but I think Silas in there could just provide a bit of a shock in the qualifying session. Yeah, Mads getting a qualifying ban for his incident last week, of course. Who comes to say that stupiding doesn't get done? Bossman, anyways, on the run down towards turn 1, just going through the DRS zone there, running down 215 miles an hour in access, getting reached 218 under the braking zone, brakes at the 100-metre board just to make the corner. Very nice exit through turn 1. Not great exit out of turn 2 though. Just went a little bit too deep. There was a Williams that has crashed. That's Senenzi, I think, on the left-hand side of the thing. I'm not sure what's happened to him there. But Bossman coming through the Sector 1 split, 26-0. Famously, of course, where Vettel spun in the 2018 Italian Grand Prix. Bossman now on a set of softs. He'll be getting chased down by Red Bull behind him, which I do believe is Geronimo or Little Brookie, because they're the only 2 Red Bulls out on track tonight. Thank you very much, by the way, to everyone that tuned in for the Niki Lauda tribute event. It was so well received by members of the F1 community far and wide within GHR, and everyone tuning into that. So thank you very much to that for tuning in. And if you haven't seen that event, go and watch it after this, because it really was a really nice tribute to a legend of the game. Speaking of legends of the game, Bossman now coming around the final corner, looking to mark his own career standpoint. Coming across the line here in Italy, 20.7. Very nice lap there. Behind, Little Brookie comes through Parabolica. Not going to be as quick, and I think he might have invalidated this lap anyways. No, he doesn't. 25.8, and Rocco goes top with a 19.9. So obviously the super softs coming into play. Glock goes third with a 21.1. Deneen is about to come across the line. He's got another car behind him. Deneen comes across the line. Has Ballboy in front of him, 20.9 and a 21.4 there respectively for those two. Wizard's just preparing for laps. Silas is on a set of mediums. He's just preparing for a lap, it seems, as well. Bass has came into the pits. Mr. Meyer across the line with a 22 flat. Matey Boy is coming into the pits as well. Not sure what's happened there with him. JB's on a lap though, running down the hill into Ascari. And of course, it's the end of the second sector, 54.1, so around about Jack Meyer Toad sort of area at the minute, I think. And JB now coming around Ascari. Might have invalidated this lap, I wouldn't be surprised if he has. But on the run up towards Parabolica, JB comes through into the final corner very nicely indeed, with 5 minutes already gone pretty much in the qualifying session. Rocco on top, Vienmi, Bossman top 3, coming across the line, JB. Yeah, he goes 8th, just right in behind Jack Meyer, 2/10 off Mr. Meyer, the Welshman there. Let's focus on Silas then, just on the exit of the second Lesmo, on the run down the hill towards Ascari. Looking quite quick early on, looking around JB's sort of pace, I think, with this. Silas, yeah, 53.7, so quicker than JB. Looks like he's going to be quicker than Mr. Meyer here as well. And of course, Silas, a recent recruit to the CPI team, and welcome, of course, to CPI if they are watching this stream. I'm watching one of their best acquisitions as Wizards has crashed. Was that through Ascari? I think it might have been through Ascari in the background. Not sure if that did occur. Bossman has gone second, by the way, I think. No, he hasn't. Silas goes 8th. Head of Mr. Meyer. Got we did have somebody else on a lap. I'm not sure who it was. Oh yeah, Wizards has just crashed there. I've just seen him on the right hand side. Storm, the other Toro Rosso, now coming around the final corner. A Parabolica, of course. There's the yellow flag in sector 1. I wouldn't be too disheartened at that. Storm now coming into the pits. Might not set a lap here because obviously this is not his tier, as he likes to say. But pretty much reached the end of the first stint in qualifying. 6 minutes gone, and Rocco on top with a 19.9, and Bossman with a 20-point flat, and they're 4 tenths clear on the front row of the grid of Vienmi, the current championship leader, on 93 points, Deneen on 89, coming into tonight. A really hotly contested battle here in GHR F2 tonight as Glock does come into the pits. I'm going to have a check on board with the comments section now. Not sure if Mr. Meyer could be improving here. I think he'll run out of fuel before he gets around to the pit lane. Let me have a look at what's going on. Deneen is on 90 points. Sorry, I thought he was on 89. Jumped the gun a little bit there. 90 points for Deneen. Thank you very much, Unseen, for that. Bossman first, Storm second, Toad third for Bomb Planter. Vienmi, Bass, Boastman for second and third for Unseen. Some very interesting predictions coming through. Boastman, Vienmi and Deneen top three for the rest as well. A couple of people has wished me get well soon. Yeah, of course, get well soon. Bomb Planter from all of us here at GHR. But in the meantime, Geronimo's on a lap. Just on the exit of Ascari, now coming up towards Parabolica, which is the final corner, of course, here in Italy, for anyone that is new to the motorsport of Formula 1. Geronimo now in the final corner. Looks like he might be coming in the pits, and he's not. He's going to take a very deep line to the line. Goes 10th ahead of Ball Boy, 21.3 there, so not too bad. I think Matey Boy was behind him on a lap as well. He is. Matey Boy on a lap then coming through Ascari. Wizards, of course, crashing on the right-hand side, as you see on the camera shot at the minute. So that was Matey Boy coming through Ascari. That's where Wizards had crashed, though. However, Mads and Senenzi also out of the session. Not sure what happened to Senenzi. Be brilliant if you could tell us what actually happened to him. Well, Matey Boy now coming across the line. Looking quite quick here, actually, Matey Boy. Goes ahead of Deneen. So 7th place there for Matey Boy. Looking very nice indeed in the Renault. An F3 driver, of course, making his way up into F2. Bass is on the lap. One of the big favourites to take pole, of course, I think. And Bass in the Force India coming around the final corner, looking quite good. And comes across the line to go third. Puts it right up there. Only a 10th off Bossman, and similarly only about 2 tenths off Rocco. 2.5 tenths off Rocco there. So nice lap there by Bass to go third with a 1:20.1 in the Force India as we reach halfway through in qualifying. Rocco currently on top. He's currently on a lap and lagging quite a lot. But Rocco out on top at the minute with a 19.9. Bossman second, Bass in third as we have reached that halfway point in qualifying, and Vienmi has just bettered that altogether. Has bettered that with a 19.3. Really nice lap there from the Swede, the current championship leader, on 93 points, I do believe. 93 or 92, before I get it wrong again. Just trying to focus on somebody that is on a lap. I think Glock is on a lap just coming through the first sector. Toad has run out of fuel, and he's got a McLaren and a Toro Rosso pretty much going side by side behind him. Gets out of the way nicely. Glock's on a lap coming through the second Lesmo. Currently not experiencing teammate. Let's see what he can do. Let's have a look on board with the engine noise as well before we go down into Ascari. Listen to the engine revving now. Down into Ascari. Just corrective oversteer going through the corner there. Very nice exit though, and Glock is on fire here. This is looking like a very quick lap from Glock. Now on the run up towards Parabolica. Let's see what he can do. 210 mile an hour under the braking zone. Into Parabolica, taking a very deep line through the corner. Glock now could be putting it second, I think, with this. Glock is about to come across the line to go second, and he's only a 10.5 off Vienmi, so that is a very quick lap by Glock. A 19.4 for Glock. Very nice lap indeed, and I may add that Deneen has also gone fourth for Liberty Racing. With a 19.981, 300ths off Rocco there, so nice lap. Little Brookie has put it up to 7th as well, the 20.2, very respectful lap, currently beating his dad there at the minute. Mr. Myers on the lap, Silas is on the lap as well. Let's see what it can do. He's on another set of the mediums, feels like he'd improve on those mediums. Wouldn't be surprised if he actually goes onto a set of softs to start the race on. Currently sitting in 11th, he can of course set as many lap times as possible. I think he's invalidated this lap, so let's go on board then with Welshman running down to Ascari. 200 mile an hour coming into the braking zone. Looking nice again. Little bit of balance. Oh, Force Indy is off, and that's JB, I think. JB's out. JB out of Lascari, losing it in the background, similar to where we saw Wizards lose it in qualifying earlier on. It's now the turn of JB to be out of things, but that might not be so bad of a thing if somebody does improve ahead of him, like Mr. Meyer, who's set to 20.3. There was a bit of a delayed reaction there on my end. That was looking like a 19 odd from Jack Meyer there. Taddy not have corrected his time, and he's less than a second off the lead with Vienry still out on top. Glock second. Boltzmann is third still with a 19.5 and is on a lap here. He's only 400ths off through the first sector. Let's see what he can do. 4/10ths off now through the second sector. Boltzmann going great guns. I think he might come into the pits. Yeah, I think this is his lap, and he'll be coming into the pits now. Rocco's just starting a lap on a set of softs. See what Geronimo's doing in the second sector. Just came through the second chicane. To the first lesson where he goes in the Red Bull, just isn't it a little bit. And of course, anybody that wants to know what our F1 2019 plans are going to consist of, you might not be seeing some of the drivers in the league as they are, because we of course are going to be opting for no assist and assisted restricted leagues next season for F1 2019, and I can't hide that any longer. I'm very excited to introduce some of the new stuff that is going to be on offer for F1 2019, and that may include a partnership with an esports team which is being worked on at the minute. I'm not going to reveal who. Geronimo now running through the final corner, going across the line, goes up to 6th ahead of Bass, ahead of his fellow countryman there. Onto the third row of the grid he goes. Very nice lap there by Geronimo. See what Toad's getting up to. Just on the run through Curva Grande. I think Ballboy might be just ahead of him on track. He is. Ballboy is ahead of him on track. Struggling, the 3-time FOL champion. 21.4 his current best. Let's see what he can do running down to Ascari. Not looking too quick here, if I've got to be honest. Then again, I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. I guarantee it. Running through, looking very nice indeed, is Ballboy now running up towards Parabolica. Let's see what he can do through here. Taking a very wide exit, gets the better run out the corner. Is he going to dive it into the pits? No, he's not. Still on for lap. He's improving as well. Goes 10th ahead of Toad by 1,000th of a second there. 1,000th of a second. Toad is on a lap just in behind him, however. Might be improving. Toad, I think, is going to improve here. It's going to be around Deneen Geronimo sort of area here, I think. He goes 7th and right in between both of them, so nailed on with that. Toad goes 7th, and he's only 7/10ths for an F3 driver. He's only 7/10ths off the top. Let's see what some of the top guys are doing. Vienry coming in the pits. Glock just going through turn 1. Bass has just started a lap, I think, maybe. Deneen is coming in the pits as well. There's nothing really much happening here. Little Brookie's not on a lap, Ballboy's not on a lap, so pretty much everyone is not on a lap apart from Glock, I would imagine. He's a 25.9 through the first sector, so a very nice lap. Todd getting out of his way there, his teammate tonight. Looking quite good here so far though, is Glock. Quite a shock second if I've got to be honest. Wasn't expecting them to be up here tonight. But Vienry on top, Glock second, Boltzmann third as we reach 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in qualifying. Force India getting out of the way, that was Bass. On the run through Ascari, there's a very slow Ferrari, which is Mr. Bullboy 57. Looks like he's run out of fuel there. He'll get overtaken by the Force India as well. Glock now around the final corner of Parabolica. Taking a very nice line here. Is he going to come in the pits? No. Takes a very deep line. Yes, he is. He's going to come in the pits. So Glock is in the pits. And pretty much no one bar Boltzmann is on a lap in the McLaren. Boltzmann on a lap in the McLaren. Well, the 19.5 currently his personal best. We saw him a couple of minutes ago not improving on his lap. Let's see what he can do. Running down the hill into Ascari. This is looking quick. This is looking very quick through the second sector. Oh, he might have just invalidated there. And he knows it. He knows it. That's an invalidation there, and he's got his teammate behind him, Silas, who is on a lap actually, on a set of soft compound of tyres. So Bossman has got to get a move on here to repel the radar of Silas, but I think he might be helping out here. So CPI, Silas round the final corner on a set of softs. Looks like he's going to be going around Mr. Meyer sort of area here across the line. Yeah, goes dead in between Little Brookie and Mr. Meyer, goes 10th. And fortunate for JB actually, he's now down at the back of the field, which is very fortunate for him, given that he crashed out at Ascari. Little Brookie now on a lap and losing control of the car on the curb. Not great for Little Brookie at all. Having a bit of a moment and a bit of a spin. The last laps though are about to begin. There is a Renault and a Sauber going very slow here. That might be Vienmi. That looks like it's Vienmi and Deneen. There is Rocco in the background as well. They're all preparing for their laps. It's not ideal for Deneen. Very close to each other. I would have thought he would have given him more room to play with. But he wants to get into that dirty yet. Let's see what they can do. And Vienmi and Deneen now on laps. Let's focus on Bob with the driver in front, Vienmi. And let's see who was quickest. Little Brookie retires sector 3. Guessing that might have been Ascari. Deeper line taken from Vienmi through Curva Grande compared to Deneen and behind him. And through the first sector it is a 25.9 from Vienmi. So very nice. Sector 1 there. Geronimo is ahead of both of them out on track. I think he might be on a lap actually as well. So 3 drivers seemingly look like they're on laps at this stage. We count down the clock to 0 seconds and the end of qualifying is now there. Glock told Matey Boy not improving. Anyone else can though. And Vienmi on the run down towards Ascari. Looking nice. See how Deneen goes through there. Both taking the relatively same line. They are catching Geronimo on this lap as well. Geronimo obviously off the pace. And Vienmi really attacking this. Can he now improve to around the 19, I would say 19.1 possibly could be on the cards here. Vienmi round the final corner. He's pulling away from Deneen on his lap. Let's see if he can improve. Vienmi across the line. 18.9 goes top and Deneen goes second and behind him as well. It's Geronimo improves to a 19.9 as well, but it's an 18.9 for Vienmi. A really great lap. Boltzmann has messed it up. It's only Mr. Meyer and Silas that can have a say. Mr. Meyer goes 6th ahead of Rocco with a 19.8. Very good lap there from the Welshman. And it's only now Silas that can have some sort of impact on this result. And he's buried it and crashed pretty much on purpose there. And Silas out of the session as well. Boltzmann only one to retire. And then we will be done qualifying. So Vienmi on top, Deneen in second and Glock in third. My top 3 prediction really not coming true at all with Silas down in 11th. Probably thought, oh, I'm not listening to James. I don't want to get a top 3 here. Goodness me. But Boltzmann has run out of fuel. He's about to come across the line now to end qualifying. And reach the line now. There we go. End of qualifying. It's there and Boltzmann comes across the line nicely. What a lap by Vienmi indeed. Really good lap. 18.9 from the guy. He's F1 pace really. I think he is. Vienmi certainly one of the most improved drivers I think of this season. By far. And top again in qualifying, but he's got his championship rival and close contender Deneen on the front row with him. Glock in third with Boltzmann on the second row, third and fourth. Bass and Jack Meyer 5th and 6th on the third row of the grid. Then it's Rocco and Geronimo 7th and 8th on the 4th row. Toad and Little Brookie filling out the top 10 on the 5th row. Silas and Bullboy on the 6th row. Silas on the softs as well. Matey Boy JB on the 7th row. Storm and Wizards on the 8th row, and Mads and Sinenzi on the 9th row of the grid. Filling out the top 18. Mads and Sinenzi obviously starting. And it'll be very interesting to see if anybody actually opts for the mediums here, of course. 50% race. Tyre wear is key around here. And same conditions to what we've seen with qualifying. We have had... Oh no, I thought we had somebody leave. I thought we had somebody leave there, but... not the case. So nobody has left, which is fantastic. Please, no Turn 1 antics. And I will urge that to everyone that is watching the stream that might be driving, and to everyone in this party, and to everyone, in fact, in the F2 Discord, that I don't want to see any antics into turn 1. No dive bombs, nothing. Just keep it clean and keep your distance between, because I don't want to see any reckless collisions tonight. Certainly in Italy. We had enough of those in TTG last night. Mini League 2. But here we go. We're about to get going on the formation lap. And Viemi will set them off on the formation lap with 27 laps between him and a potential victory and to extend the championship lead. Put down in predictions, put down in the comment section your predictions for a top 3 and who you expect your underdog is for the race. I'm going to put my top 3 down and say that Viemi is going to win this. I think Viemi has got the pace to pull away from Deneen off the line and get a better traction going down into turn 1. So him for the win. I'm going to go Boastman for second. And I'm going to go for... Just looking through the field. Do you know what? Let's put Glock in there. Glock for third. Viemi, Boastman, Glock top 3. I think pretty much nailed on. Watch out for Bass, I think. One of the ones to watch as an underdog in this race, I've got to say, could be Ballboy. Quite consistent in the last couple of races. Obviously up there in the mid-table in the championship at the minute. So Ballboy, I think, and Silas, certainly. On that 6th row of the grid, Silas, Ballboy, certainly the ones to watch, I think, in this race. Let me have a look in your predictions then, just before we start. Commentator's curse, I hope not. I really hope it's not a commentator's curse. And if it is, then I do apologise to myself in advance for causing the commentator's curse. Viemi, Glock, Bass is Bomb Planter's prediction in the comment section, so thank you to him for putting the prediction in. 27 laps about to begin. We're going to be waiting quite a long time for Senenzi, who's just warming up his tyres away from everyone else. Mr. Meyer is already on the grid after predictably going too slow on the formation lap. Everyone has made it through nicely, and we are about to see lights out very, very soon. Let's just have a flick through at the back of the field, see everyone else joining in. Wizard, Storm, Mads and Senenzi about to go into their grid positions. 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th on the back. As we are prepared now for 5 red lights. The historic Autodromo de Monza going very shortly. There we go. That's a shocking camera angle. 5 red lights then are about to go out. Here, lights out and away we go. And Viemi gets a very good start from the line. Good start by Boastman in the background, trying to get Deneen down the inside. It's going to be 3 wide to turn 1 for second. But Viemi has got that break. Viemi has got the jump into turn 1. Deneen just overcooking it a little bit. Everyone seems clean through and behind. Storm and Ballboy just losing a couple of positions. But everyone, I think, is clean through on the run through Curva Grande now. And Viemi leading the way. Glock has got up to second ahead of Deneen, who has lost a position. Bass and Boastman going side by side. Silas onto the grass, avoiding everyone. Might be in a little bit of contact with Geronimo, I suspect, there. Everyone going through the second chicane. Somebody cutting it totally. That's Toad on the inside of the chicane. Everyone pretty much clean through, though, from what I've seen. And Viemi, 5.5 tenths out in front, has got that gap, but just puts a wheel into the gravel. Side by side in the background, that's Matt Bass and Jack Meyer running side by side. We go on board with these two now on the run down to Ascari, with Rocco right in behind as well. Could make a 3 wide into Ascari. You don't want to be doing that. Bass has got the inside line and gets that move done ahead of Jack, and he was defending that position, Bass. So nice move there to retain that position. With Deneen now on the back of Glock. Deneen on the back of Glock, going into Parabolica, not going to back off. And he backed off quite wisely there. Bass just holding it down the inside and behind. Little bit of a lag spike from Rocco, just to be careful to anyone that is behind him or in front of him, that he is lagging on my end. And we have got pretty much Noah's Ark in behind. Little Brookie, it's Geronimo. It's JB, Toad, Wizard and Ballboy are going side by side. End of lap 1, everyone's clean through. And down into turn 1. Very, very nice stuff indeed from everyone. Ooh, Ballboy having to run over the curb a little bit. Not sure if there was a late break or a bit of contact there from in behind. But back on board with the battle for second. Glock, Deneen and Boastman is already on the back. And the tyre choices, by the way, I forgot to pick up on the tyre choices. Senenzi on a set of mediums, Mad, Storm, Wizards on a set of softs, going past JB there for 11th as well. So gaining, but Viemi has got the gap and is looking like a changed man from what we saw last season in FRL, because he has really split this field apart from an early stage, as now Deneen gets right on the back of Glock into a Scori. Not going to attempt to call for the move though. He'll probably wait for DRS next time around. Bossman's on the back of that as well, going through a Scori. Just found a little bit wide over the AstroTurf. Everyone going clean through. Silas and Ballboy are having a bit of a squabble in behind. Storm just gets forced into the gravel there. Not sure if he went wide himself, which I think he did, as we have changes for 6th and 7th. Rocco trying to go around the outside, but he's off track. And now Geronimo and Little Brookie are going to have something to say in all of this, and it could potentially be 3 wide down into turn 1. End of lap 3, as Deneen tries to go around the outside of Glock into turn 1 and 2, sticks his car down the inside. But it's good stuff and good defending there from Glock. He keeps that position. Rocco and Geronimo. Geronimo just losing position to Little Brookie. It's all kicking off in here, Italy. Let's stick to something, and let's stick to this battle for second. Glock and Deneen with Bossman on the back, and it looks like Deneen not going to go for anything there, which is fair play to the Irishman. He doesn't want to get involved in any bit of contact with Glock and not over race aggressively towards his back end. But Vienmi again, another 5/10s pulled out on the front end, 1.9 seconds. He's got the jump and he's got the brake in that Renault, and is going very strong early on. Glock in second, Deneen in third, Boltzmann and Bass 4th and 5th. They pulled a little bit clear of Jack Meyer, Rocco, Little Brookie, Geronimo and Toad filling out the top 10. Everyone's still going round here in Italy at the end of lap 3 pretty much. And Vienmi just losing a little bit of time, but I think he's saving up his ERS, and indeed he is. He's saving up 20% more ERS at this stage compared to the guys behind him, as Deneen tries to get past Glock, but he doesn't. He's going to wait for the DRS running down the straight, and this is where Glock will be vulnerable to pretty much Deneen, Boltzmann, and possibly Bass as well. I think Bass is not close enough, however. Deneen certainly is, and he's going to go around the outside down the straight. He's got that straight line speed set up, nailed him beautifully, and Deneen has got that move done even before turn 1. Glock trying to over-race it a little bit into the corner, maybe force him into a bit of a mistake. Bass has caught the back end of Boltzmann as well, going through turns 1 and 2. Not sure if we saw Red Bull going across the grass, the runoff area there. I think it was Geronimo that's just lost 2 positions. And Glock and Deneen still side by side. Glock down the inside. Side by side. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic stuff, and Deneen having the back off that. Bossman now sent an opportunity into the first Lesmo. All of this battling, letting Vienmi get away out in front. Geronimo now dropping down the order quite considerably. A little bit of gravel being kicked up there from the leader. Jack Meyer runs himself into the into the gravel in the background. And now Deneen and Glock side by side into a Scori. Beautiful move by Deneen down the inside, and has got that move done. And, a little bit of contact, a little bit of front wing damage there. Deneen maybe just going a little bit too slowly. Corrective steering as Boltzmann and Bass go swamping past Glock. I would say Glock could possibly wait a couple of laps. Bass has dived it down the inside, but it's gone way wide of Parabolica. He's going to be losing all amounts of positions there. He loses 3 in total. Glock is going to go into the pits and replace his front wing early, and I think that's the best possible thing to do at this stage. Quite unfair, I think, but I'm not sure what happened there. Of course, we'll investigate everything. Boltzmann down the end. Oh, it's contact! Contact from Boltzmann. Bit of a lag spike from Boltzmann there as well, which might just attribute to that crash, and it's just cost Deneen 0.8 of a second, with Vienmi out in front. Deneen in second, Boltzmann third. Everyone fighting in very close quarters in behind. We could have a massive train being held up here for second. Deneen is going to be pretty much holding everyone up now for second, as Mr. Meyer and Rocco have got on the back. Little Brookie just getting caught in the gravel there in the background, getting under pressure there by Toad, the Dutchman, trying to get the room past, and he's trying to go around the outside of the Lesmo now, as pretty much line astern formation as they run down towards the Scari on lap 5. There is a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that might be JB. It is JB, and Bossman shoots it around the outside of Deneen and is up to second place. So Bossman, the Brit, overtakes the Irishman, and Bass and Jack Meyer side by side in behind. Jack trying to get the outside run. This is a phenomenally good race so far, I've got to admit. Non-stop action from the F2 guys. Bass is down the inside of Deneen. Oh my god, that was a bit dangerous. He's forcing Jack Meyer out on the AstroTurf. Just racing it a little bit aggressively. If Bass is listening, just calm it down a little bit, because it's just a little bit over-aggressive, I think, from my point of view. Deneen now shooting at the end of sector 1. Ballboy just losing the position to Geronimo there as well. Good racing so far, and Vienmi leading from Deneen in second. Busman in third, just struggling slightly and maybe getting under pressure from Mr. Meyer and the likes as Deneen just puts a wheel into the gravel there. But great racing so far. Geronimo dropping down the order further down the field. No overtakes going to Ascari at the minute. And they might just hold hot up once again, running down the straight. Vienmi shooting off into the distance, 4.5 seconds out in front. We see the helicopter shot, and we see Mr. Meyer catching the back of Bosman, having a very strong race so far. Before we cut now to the back, running down the straight, into Parabolica. Wizard trying to go around the outside, all the way around the outside of Little Brookie, who just pushed him off, then giving the camera the corner. Maybe just let him off with that. Any moves going down into turn 1? Not quite. No moves, but Toad trying to get past Rocco, it seems, down the inside of turn 1. Doesn't want to force him off. Rocco just pushed him a little bit out wide, but giving the camera the corner again. That's a good piece of defensive driving there from Rocco to keep that position. Silas now going around the outside of Toad at Curva Grande. Toad getting caught on the inside curb. Ooh. Nearly had a bit of a moment. Silas can now dive it down his inside. Toad is trying to hang that all the way around the outside. But I think he has to give way, and he is giving way now to Little Brookie, it seems. He's trying to go around the outside of the second Lesmo, and he is round the outside of the second Lesmo. Brilliant move that is by Little Brookie. Fantastic driving by the Brit. Absolutely sensational driving going on so far here in Italy. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. I do believe that is for Geronimo, who hasn't moved on the timing screen. It is for Geronimo, I do believe. Yes, it is. Jack Meyer just losing control of the car. So does Bass through Ascari. Rocco and Silas. Silas just making a slight mistake there, and Rocco going past him. With Wizards on the back, it's all kicking off still, and it's going to be very interesting and intriguing when everyone starts to come into the pit, which I think will be from around lap 10, I would imagine, would be people pitting in. But Vienmi, 4.7 seconds. Deneen looking quite comfy, I would say, in second. But now he's not looking comfy at all, because Bossman dives it down the inside into turn 1, trying to get the move done. Geronimo's out the race, and Deneen hangs it on in there. Oh, contact in the background! Bass and Mr. Meyer. I think Bass might have just overshot the corner a little bit, and has contacted the rear end of Mr. Meyer. We'll confirm that, of course, after the race with him in the interview. Glock sending fastest up the race. Is going to be very tight with him and Rocco coming out the pits, I've got to say. I think Glock might just have that further down the order. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2, which is nobody of note. Glock, by the way, has got ahead of Rocco, which is good to see. And Geronimo did crash on the strip, by the way. Mr. Meyer leaves the session. Not great, and his connection now giving way. Rocco down the inside on Glock. Into the second chicane. Ooh, Glock just pushing him off slightly. 3-second time penalties were there as well. Getting caught on, as we see, side by side for 4th and 5th. Bass and Silas after that contact. Bass looking quite vulnerable now, because Silas, the Dane, is coming around his outside. Bass just not got to race it over aggressively. And Silas around the outside, all the way around the outside. Beautiful move. Fantastically good move there by Silas. Gets the move done and is ahead of Bass, but running down the straight, he could be quite vulnerable, of course, given the DRS. Geronimo leaving the session. Little Brookie has came into the pits, and Bass is around the outside of Silas once again. Both of them not getting involved in any sort of battles. Wizards has had to cut the corner there at turn 1. We might have to give that position up to Toad. I'm not sure if Toad was past him, actually. Toad going around the outside. Silas as well, down the inside, back down the inside on Bass. Just shuts the door slightly and puts him into the gravel. Bass again. Over aggressive driving tonight from Bass. Might just need a slap wrist and a bit of a handshake, really. And Senenzi's gone wide in the background as well, getting forced off, it seems, by either Mads or JB. And Silas completely stopping out on track, and I think that's his race over and done with, which is such a shame. I think it is really such a shame that driving standards once again, it seems, are slipping once again in F2, and it's only because really of a couple of drivers who are trying to ruin it all. Bass has gone round at Ascari, losing his front wing by himself. Bass has gone round, and I think, to be honest, some may call that karma. And I certainly would call that karma, I think, for Bass tonight. Mad's trying to go around the outside of JB now into the braking zone. The enemy, the leader, is in. Let's go on board with his pit stop. He's on a set of mediums to the end. Lap 9 out of 27 he's pitted. This is lap 10 we're on currently. Let's have a look with your comments then. As we see Mads and JB going side by side down the straight. Mads getting them down the inside line. Both sticking to their lines. That is what driving should be like. Nice move. Mads has got him. Really nice move. Really nice move indeed. Good evening, Mr. Collingwood. Hopefully you're doing very well this evening. And hopefully you're enjoying the action that is unfolding out on track as Bossman has got a puncture, has he? Has he got a puncture? Rear left. I think he has got a puncture. Bossman has got a rear left puncture. Unbelievable. 9 laps of super soft running and he spins at the first Lesmo. That is dramatic stuff for Bossman. One of the leading contenders here tonight in GHR F2 is pretty much now out the race. Unfortunate. I don't know what his tyres have done to deserve that. 9 laps of super softs. He must have absolutely butchered them in qualifying. He must have absolutely butchered them. Bobo and Storm, though, pretty much going side by side. We've got Vienmi and Senenzi going at it as well. This is not for position. Vienmi has got ahead of Senenzi coming out the pits, it seems. And Vienmi now going down. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Predictably, it's Bossman with that puncture. Plenty into the pits. Vienmi's sticking out of his way. Staying out of Senenzi's way there. But he's going to get the DRS, and that was quite cheeky, but he's actually given Senenzi the DRS. Now running down the straight. Beautiful helicopter shot running down the straight here. Wizards leading from Ballboy, who has got past Storm for second now. Vienmi just trying to go switch back on Senenzi, I think, out of turn 2. Really nice camera shot this is. Running through Curva Grande. 11 out of 27 we're through. And Wizards leading. And Ballboy second, but here comes Vienmi on Senenzi. This is for 5th place. And Vienmi down the inside. Beautiful piece of driving. Parks it on the apex. No front wing damage getting there as well from the looks of it, from the wide-out camera shot. And Vienmi gets that move done. He's up to 5th, and he's now got, I think, clean air in between him because Senenzi just runs wide into the gravel and maybe needing to pit in the next couple of laps or so. But very nice driving so far. Penalty wasn't my fault. The car spun in front of me, says JB. Thank you for clarifying that up, JB. If you've got your POV, send it in, of course. But Wizards leading, 6.2 seconds. He's going to go a few more laps, I think, before he pits. Let's just check, just in case he is actually coming in the pits this lap. So Wizards is in. Storm and Ballboy. Storm might have to pit it in next lap because he's just seen Wizards go in. But this is a battle for the lead currently. Storm now down the inside, got him. Already got him down the inside. Storm has got him. Into the braking zone. On Ballboy. Beautiful move. Gets the move done. He's up to 1st place. An F3 driver leading F2. Some may see that as a bit of a promotion for Storm. Obviously F2 driver at his best, I've got to say. But Storm and Ballboy 4 tenths away. Vienmi, current net leader, is around 4.5 seconds ahead of Deneen. As Little Brookie and Matey Boy have had some sort of coming together, I think. Not sure what happened there. Hopefully there's no swearing in the JB household, I've got to say. But Storm leading for LK Racing. FOL Ballboy 57 in second, Mads in third, your current top 3. But the net leader is, of course, Vienmi, who has been into the pits already, seeks to get 17 laps out of those mediums, or 18 laps, in fact, out of those mediums. Is Wizards on for a podium? I don't know. We'll check the penalties in a little bit when everyone has came out of the pits, of course. There's everyone's strategies. The top 3 plus Senenzi still to pit. Senenzi's going to go quite far, I think, into this race. We're in a much better race compared to normal. Ballboy and Mads are in. I think both of them in the party with me. Senenzi now going past Vienmi, giving him a bit of a hard time here. And this could be affecting Deneen. And I think it is, because he's only 2.5 seconds behind Vienmi. Senenzi holds Vienmi up. This is not going to be the greatest scenario for our current net leader, who's trying to go around the outside of Curva Grande on Senenzi. Now we get the inside line. I think Senenzi might have to back off this. Vienmi down the inside, commits it. Senenzi commits it further and keeps that position. Great piece of driving there by the Belgian. Really nice piece of driving. But all of this is just holding up Vienmi in behind. Really holding them up in behind. Currently looking like Senenzi is going to be playing an impacting factor in this race. If Vienmi can get past and get clear of Senenzi, I know the names are difficult, but if Vienmi can get past Senenzi, then he will be clear in that lead of this race. At the minute, Deneen is hunting him down on a set of softs. Obviously they'll go off before the end, and he might have to pit again, but Vienmi at the minute has got to try and get those 18 laps on a set of mediums, and I think that is certainly possible, because I think we saw somebody in F3 do 21 laps, or 22 laps, I'm pretty sure. On F4, that was F3, sorry, on Monday. But Storm leading, Senenzi second, playing an impacting factor in this race, and playing an even more impacting factor because he's just nearly lost control into turns 1 and 2. Now he's going to give Vienmi once again a hard time. Deneen will have a double toe into Curva Grande. He might get a little bit overrun here, and he could possibly get the move done if he's not careful. If Vienmi is not careful and runs it into the back end of Senenzi, this is going to be Deneen's to lose, possibly. Vienmi down the inside on the first left more. He has to try and commit this move. To try and get this move done, he has got to try and commit it at a place where he knows he can overtake. Senenzi losing control of the car, nearly into the gravel, nearly into the grass. He lets the two leaders through. The two net leaders, I should say, through. All of that has just impacted on this race, possibly. Senenzi now taking it easy on those mediums, possibly going to be pitting this lap. But Storm leading still by 7 seconds. Vienmi second and Deneen in third. Deneen now getting the run on into Parabolica. Side by side they go. The Irishman for the lead of the race has got it done. And the Irishman, Deneen, the two championship leaders, go pretty much head to head, toe to toe. Storm is into the pits, by the way, pitting from the lead of the race. Now Deneen is in the lead of the race, and Senenzi's still giving Vienmi a hard time, trying to commit it now round the outside into turn 1. Senenzi might just overcook this a little bit, tries to pocket on the apex, and Vienmi's round him. Vienmi gets round him. Senenzi surely has to pit. Glock now! Where the hell has he came from? Where on earth has Glock came from in all of this? I thought he was going to be down at the bottom of the field. Glock is now into a net third place. But he will have to pit again, sadly. He will have to pit again. He's going to be out of position, but he's now into a net third. And he's doing a sterling job to try and recover this as best as possible. Points could be on the cards for Glock if he decides to try and close in on Vienmi. 10 lap all softs for Glock. He might be pitting soonish, I would think. If he pits now, actually, he could go for another set of soft 12 laps to the end, which will make sense. All of that playing about with Senenzi, though, has cost Vienmi this race, possibly. Deneen now 2 seconds out in front. Vienmi in second, Glock in third. Silas having no luck. There is side-by-side action in the meantime, pretty much between Storm and Ballboy. Beautiful camera shot that is, of 8 or 9 cars running down the straight into Parabolica. Ballboy trying to get on the back end. Senenzi now gives way, and he now comes into the pits. Storm right on the back end of this is Matey Boy, and Ballboy is in this as well. Running down the straight, Mr. Myers' AI car is in the way, and this should be easy for Storm. He's going to go past him, his fellow F3 driver, Storm, down the inside line. Got past him already. He's on a set of supers, and easily passed. Beautifully done. Storm's up to 8th. And now Ballboy trying to take advantage of the whole scenario. Rocco and Toad going side by side into the second chicane. Just coming through on the extra Curva Grande. Rocco down the inside, Toad on the outside. Beautiful move there by Rocco. Round the outside, Toad going into the gravel there. Putting a bit of gravel on the track, it seems. Ballboy has got past Matey Boy as well. Ballboy through past Matey Boy up to 9th. All beginning to kick off once again. But Deneen out in front. 2.5 seconds from Vienmi. Glock 1.2 seconds off, not gaining much in third. Wizards in 4th, Rocco in 5th, but Glock, of course, having to pit again, and will probably fall down maybe behind, like, Mad Bass sort of area, I would imagine, when he comes out of the pit. Somebody going very wide there. It's little Brookie, who has just crashed it on the exit of Ascari, going through the gravel. Bullboy and Matey Boy get past him. That might just play an impacting factor in Glock's race at the end, because now with little Brookie pretty much out of the equation, that could be another position gain for Glock if he decides to pit soon. He's going to continue at least for another lap. Little Brookie coming in the pits. Toad now in the DRS of Rocco, going down the inside into turn 1, not committing it. And I don't blame him for committing it either. Rocco getting that move done. Side by side with Bullboy and Matey Boy. Matey Boy's giving Bullboy a bit of a hard time here. Maybe Bullboy needs to move down to F3 tonight. Senenzi's got past Bass as well, up to 11th place. He's got Mads ahead of him, 3 seconds ahead. Matey Boy not attempting anything on Bullboy, and that's fine there. Toad just losing time now to Rocco in behind. Senenzi and Bass. Oh, Senenzi forcing Bass onto the exit of the second chicane now, of the sausage curbs. Not nice. But Senenzi, Wizards picked up a 3-second time penalty. If Bass doesn't close in here, I'll give an update on the penalties now. So Deneen on 2 warnings, Vienmi on a penalty, Glock on a penalty, 3 penalties for Wizards, Rocco has got 2 penalties, Toad has got a 3-second time penalty, 3 warnings, sorry, 4 warnings. Storm's got 3 seconds, 3-second time penalties, so that's 9 seconds. Penalty for Bullboy, 2 warnings for Matey Boy, 2 warnings for Mads, 2 warnings for Senenzi, nothing for Bass. Stop go and a penalty for JB, but I think he served that. 2 penalties for Boltzmann and 2 penalties for Little Brookie as well. No positions changed, which is good to see. Rocco catching the back end of Toad. Oh, sorry, Toad has gone past Rocco actually, since we were last on board with the action. Rocco has gone past. Rocco's just lost time to Toad. So he's now up to 5th. Glock should be pitting very soon, I would imagine. Unless he somehow makes those tyres go to the end, which is impossible. Impossible, I think, to go to the end. Rocco closing in on Toad. Running down into 2/3 race distance, running through towards turn 9, to lap 19 actually. Deneen leading, Vienmi second, 3.6 seconds. Senenzi maybe cost them the race. He'll feel very hard done by. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an appeal going in at the end of the result. And Toad letting through Rocco around the outside of him with Parabolica. That was easier. But Storm is in this as well. I'd rather see a 3-way battle here. Just go hell for leather, guys. You can go hell for leather, keep it clean. That's what I would do. Give us some action out on track. Toad now closing in on Rocco, closing in, and he's going to predictably not go for the move. But I think if you are an F3 driver and you're in the top, and you could get a top 5 position, I would be fighting for this as much as possible. Trying to prove to us why you should be moved up in forthcoming races. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Toad now down the inside, Rocco around the outside, got to give him room. Rocco, yeah, nice move. Rocco around the outside, camera angle didn't really give it away. Storm is on the back of this. Toad now down the inside. The orders were given for both of these to race. Hell for leather. And Toad and Rocco are just doing that, and they're keeping it just within track limits as well. This is great action. Could be 3 wide down to Ascari. Toad just coming across him slightly. Storm is trying to find a gap through, and he is trying to find a gap through. But he's going to back off quite wisely, and that is exactly what could have ended up with T-Hawk if he went for that move last week in F4. Senenzi's gone past Mads on the run down to Ascari as well. Storm right on the back end of Rocco. He's now going to fight this on the run down to Parabolica. He should be done down the inside. Who will get the DRS there, though? That was very close at the DRS zone. 20 out of 27. Deneen leading. The enemy's just closed it down a little bit. 3/10, I'd say, has been knocked off that time at the minute. With Glock in 3rd, Wizards 4th, Toad in 5th. But now, Storm attacking him down the inside. Toad just turning in for the corner. Storm gives him room. around the outside, and now Rocco makes it 3 wide out of the exit of turn 2, going through Curva Grande. They've got to be very careful here. Rocco, I would say, just back off here, son. Just back off. Toad and Storm side by side, and Toad, Storm letting him through. The Storm letting him through. It's not his battle and it's not his tier, he says normally. He's giving us some great action. Gotta say, battle for 5th, really hotting up. Bullboy and Beatty Boy also catching as well. So it might just develop into a 5-way battle for 3rd. 5-way battle for 5th, I should say, very soon. Side-by-side action running down Trascari once again between these 3. Glock still maintaining that gap. He could come in the pits very soon, but might end up in all of this battling. Rocco around the outside of Toad. Beautiful move. Really stunning move again. Just losing the back end a little bit. Oh no! Oh no! Rocco out of the race, losing the back end. And I think from losing the back end, that has cost him the race there. A potential top 5 finish ruined. Little Brookie has gone off further down the track. That is, I think, at the second Lesmo. Just going board with Silas's AI. He's not there. So the Brookie's retarded somewhere out on track. Not sure where he is. Goodness me. Glock, by the way, is into the pits and is on the exit of the pits, and we'll have Bass for company. And that's not great. And I think Glock is aware of that, and he wants to attack Bass from the back end. Senenzi's off on Mads. Senenzi off on Mads. So Senenzi off track. Not sure what happened there. Maybe the Super's just giving way slightly. Glock and Bass running down now. Should be Glock's position here, I would think. Down under the brakes. Ooh. Little bit of contact. Bass again is just over aggressively driving here. And Glock is going to warn him here. And to be honest, Bass could be leading himself into a race ban here, to be honest. Because his over aggressive driving, he might be getting called into a meeting with me after this race. And if I've got to be honest, he should make room in his schedule for a meeting after this race. And I'm sure people in the comment section are going to be going quite mad at him. This is not Bass as we know him. Glock picking up a 3-second time penalty. Bass driving over aggressively tonight. Really over aggressively tonight. It's not really a great thing to comment. Glock going slow. Trying to hold up Senenzi here, actually. Down into the braking zone of Parabolica. Lap 22 of 27. Deneen, 3 seconds a gap. The enemy not really closing in. Glock now should get Bass easily down the straight. DRS is now opened. And shoots past him. There we go. Done. And Senenzi now. Oh, look at the speed on Senenzi. He might just commit this down the inside. He backs off quite wisely. No contact being made there. No contact with turn 2. Just loses the back end again. And Senenzi's gone round. And he's going to take an excursion and crashes into the pit hoardings. The hoardings there. The barrier hoardings. Dear me. Dear me. Senenzi not having the greatest thing. Busman's running quite a lone race now in 10th. Senenzi now down in 11th. Not really impressing now. Mads and Glock. Glock should be passed here. Mads will stick to his line nicely. Glock very nicely past him. Mads not even fighting that. Glock's up to 7th. He'll have a battle for 5th on his hand as well with Bullboy and Matey Boy 3 seconds ahead of him. He'll gain rapidly, probably a second a lap, I would say. Certainly for Glock. A couple of tenths a corner he'll be aiming for. As currently, it is Deneen, 3.1 seconds ahead of the enemy. Wizards on for 3rd at this stage, going very nicely indeed. Deneen gonna have to try and get those tyres to the end. They might go off before this end. Matey Boy trying to catch the back end of Bullboy. Down into braking zone of turn 1. Nothing really going on. We'll keep on focusing on with this battle though, which will soon turn into a 3-way battle with Glock catching 2 seconds at the minute. But looking at the minute, it's Deneen leading. What is Bass doing? He took out Bank Job as well, yeah. Again, over-aggressive driving, I think that's the problem from his point of view. And if I was the NSX box, I'd be giving him a slapped wrist and a formal warning, if I've got to be honest. But on the whole, the driving tonight, really impressed once again. It is Italy. There's normally crashes. Everyone doing very well. The majority of drivers tonight, I can definitively say it, doing really well tonight. Glock picking up a 3-second time penalty, but look at him. Look at him. That was 3 seconds last lap around, and now he's only 6/10 off. This is going to be very easy for Glock, I imagine. Ball boy, matey boy, and Glock. Glock, I think, putting up his ERS. Here we go. We'll catch it from his point of view. Running down the straight. Look at the overspeed. Look at the overspeed. He could get 2 moves done here. Glock down the inside of matey boy. He might come in for ball boy as well. Late on the brakes goes Glock. Down the inside, a little bit of contact with the back end of ball boy on the side, but he gets both moves done. Past both of them in an instant. Glock easily passed on the set of supers. Ridiculously good driving there from the Brit. And Glock is up to 5th. Ball boy trying to attack him. Matey boy as well on the back end. Glock, in the space of a lap, from 3 seconds down, he has got both of them and is now focusing his attentions on his teammate ahead, Toad, who is having a remarkable race in 4th. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. I think Storm has crashed. Senenzi was doing good. Indeed, Senenzi was doing quite good. I think he would have been 6th, 7th quite easily here. Maybe around Mad's area, I would expect out of him if he was continuing on, which he is. He's in 11th. He's trying to catch Boltzmann. Those tyres will be giving way though. Deneen leading 3.5 seconds. I think he's now got this pretty much in safekeeping. We've got 3 laps to go. It's Deneen leading, BNB second, Wizards third. Top 3 I think are nailed on. What isn't so nailed on is this battle for 4th that is now developing. Glock catching Toad. If those tyres, well, those tyres will make it to the end. If those tyres though do wear quite considerably compared to Toad, Toad could have a bit of a run here back on him. But I think Glock, Toad letting him through predictably. Yeah, Toad lets him through. So Glock's up to 4th, and now he gives a little bit of a waggle there in the car. So, and appreciate it, thank you very much. Storm saying he was retiring in the pits. Thank you very much, Storm. I think 14th, 15th is going to be the best. He'll hoping for the enemy losing time here. The enemy losing time, 4.2 seconds. I think he's now nailed on for second. 2 laps to go, and Deneen is going to be taking the championship lead here, given the amount of penalties. I think Deneen has got less penalties than Vienmi, I'm pretty certain. Deneen, no penalties. Vienmi, 1 penalty, so there you go. Writing now on the wall, it seems, for Vienmi. As Deneen, it's 4.4 seconds. Adam from Wizards driver of the day. Yeah, arguably very good race so far from Wizards. Still got 2 laps to go. Anything can change. Not different. Yeah, 13 positions getting Wizards is on for driver of the day here for sure. But really, as Bass and Mads now go side by side, and hopefully no more aggressive driving from Bass. Hopefully somebody's in a party with him, giving him a bit of a bollocking. Mads now trying to hang it around the outside. We'll catch this from a TV pod point of view, and we'll catch him from Bass's point of view and just see what he does through here. Now that I'm on board with him, ooh, Mads' back end just sliding out. 3-second time penalty into the gravel. Bass is through. And I've been writing on the wall for the day in there. 2 laps to go. In fact, it'll be the final lap to go. Deneen out in front. Easily going to do this. Easily. The Irishman nailed on for this win. Hopefully no puncture occurs or anything on this final lap. It's 4.7 seconds out in front. By the way, fastest lap's going to Mr. Meyer. Is that right? Is that fastest lap right? A 1:14.4 from Mr. Meyer's AI. What? That's really strange. How on earth can a... Anyways, Mads is catching the back end of Bass running down the straight. How on earth can Mr. Meyer set 1:14.4 on this track? You need a jetpack or something to do this. Bass now down the inside on Around the outside, actually, on Mads gets the move done. Wizards picks up a 3-second time penalty. It's not going to be enough, though. No way is that fastest lap correct. It is correct. Trust me, it is correct. You'll see it at the end as well. But Deneen coming through Ascari. He's now eased it all off. 3.7 seconds the gap. Keeping those tyres going nicely. The softs have made it to the end here. And it is going to be Deneen taking the win on 17-lap-old softs. Drifting it through the final corner. Deneen, the Irishman, takes the championship lead and wins here in Italy. Great drive from him. The enemy coming across the line in second. Very unfortunate to get caught up in that Senenzi. It could have been a different story if Senenzi wasn't holding them up. But he would feel hard done by whether it's cost him the race. Wizards is going to come across the line in third. Glock has closed 4 seconds on him in the end. 5-second stop go as well for Wizards. Glock could get third here. He does. Great recovery from Glock. The Wizards will get driver of the day nonetheless. Toad has got third, and Bullboy gets fourth in the end on penalties. Matey Boy has got fourth. Everyone jumping now. Mads, Bass very close to each other coming across the line there. Senenzi coming around the line into 10th place. Boltzmann's picked up a 3-second time penalty late on. JB about to come across the line in 11th. And Boltzmann will be coming across the line in 12th place as well. And Wizards, I think, is completely shocked that he is being cost a podium. Penalties, send in footage if you want any penalties removing, because I know this track can be a penalty haven. So send in any footage from this race. I could have done so much better. I knew Glocky had 9 seconds, said F1, said Toad. So there we go. But the Italian Grand Prix is over. We move to Mexico next week, of course, for anybody. Brake checked in the middle of Ascari, didn't lose the car or anything. Well done, Deneen and BME, solid drives by both of them. Yeah, brilliant drives by both of them. And in fact, I would say maybe 3/4, 80% of the field have driven really good races tonight. Fantastic stuff. Driving standards on lap 1 were very good as well, from what I saw. There's action that I caught on board with on the stream. But there we go, there's the penalty situation. Deneen wins here, the Irishman, and Vienmi in second. 5.8 seconds the gap in the end. Toad in third, Matey Boy in fourth, Bullboy fifth, Glock sixth, Wizard seventh, Bass eighth, Mads in ninth, Senenzi in 10th. Of course, these are provisional results, they can change. JB, Boltzmann 11th and 12th. Jack Myers AI has beaten Silas's AI. Storm, Rocco, Little Brookie and Geronimo are the 18 drivers that went. I got fastest lap at least, says Glock. Have you seen Jack Myers' lap though? 14.4. Now obviously we'll have a look at who actually got fastest lap, and it was Glock 21.2 that I've just noticed for him. I was doing very well until Rocco lost it. Rocco, yeah, he lost it on the back end going through Ascari, and once you lose the back end, it really just loses it, and yeah. But anyways, I'm about to unmute everyone in the commentary box and give them the shock of their life, so here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Oh, what a race that was. Oh my god. What a race that was. Oh my goodness me. Oh. Pellies, by the way, has asked, I heard on the stream about no assist for F1 2019. Is that for every tier or for only F1? No assist will be purely only our top tier. Currently, in the proposed plans, it will only be our top tier. If we run 4 tiers again, F2 and F3 will be restricted assists. F4 will be the newly integrated Academy League, which I'm very excited to get going about, and it's going to be fantastic. But interview time. Interviews. Bullboy, do you want to do them? Because my voice is aching. Give me a break. Somebody's going to have to do Bullboy's interview though. That's the only problem.
I'll do it.
Alright. I'm not sure if I've got... Oh yeah, I've got people to invite to the party, I think. Oh no, I haven't. Oh no, he's party else. What am I on about? Goodness me. Ah. Ha! Ball boy actually there?
Oh boy. Ah.
Nah. Splitting assists and no assists is going to kill this league. Not necessarily. I think if we find the right type of drivers and we see and we break it down, have everyone like 1 or 2 assists or so, it could break up the league as we know it. But I'd rather see no assists and assists and aim this league at the professional drivers, at the best possible driving guys that we can get out on track. Because I want to be aiming for us to move forward in a very good manner. Is there actually enough full no assist drivers to make a full tier? There's about 22, I think. There's about 22, I do believe, for the sign-ups from this season.
We need the virgins back.
Pretty sure. Anyways, we all better get going here for a race around Mexico, which I'm going to kill Ball Boy in. If he doesn't come back on the mic very soon. With no racing line too. Yeah, no racing line, I think. I'm not sure what people think of no assists as the question, but you never know. Anyways. I'm just waiting for Ball Boy to get back and then we can start the interviews here. I've only got 2 people. I've only got 2 people, 3 people to thingy, but yeah. Some wrestle for that 3rd place, says Wizards.
What happened?
Wizards got plenty of penalties and finished. He might have finished 7th in the end.
Look how many penalties.
I think he got like 11 seconds. I'm gonna say.
How did he get an odd number? What?
5 seconds. Stop go. Added on to the end of his race.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Alright, here we go. We probably just got a copyright strike there for the F1 logo coming up. Which
there are a lot of cars on track today.
And again. But is Ball Boy back so he can do 2 interviews? No. Anyways, we'll go on to Deneen. Well, we'll move on to Deneen. How was your race and qualifying out there tonight?
Qualifying was shocking, but I just stuck in the slipstream with the enemy and he dragged me to P2. And then in the race was battling for P2 for a while, then stopped. The enemy got held up by Sinenzi and then I got past him and then it was just about keeping him out of the DRS then from there. Yeah.
And obviously in the race you finished 1st. Do you think Sinenzi actually held up the enemy to enough for you to take that win? So I could consider that as a bit of a lucky win, to be honest.
Yellow flag.
Oh, you absolute pleb.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Hang on, I got a tyre glitch. What? I've just got the tyre glitch. I was saying, do you feel like you could have actually finished 2nd in that race, given that Toad had, Sinenzi had held up the enemy?
Well, since he was on the harder tyre, I think I might have caught him just at a later stage, or maybe he might have hauled it out and whatnot.
Yeah, obviously moving on into Mexico, what do you think your chances are around here?
Wait, is the next race Mexico?
Yes it is.
Oh, I don't know.
Ooh. Is this next
TTG
race on the calendar? Yes. Is what?
Is TTG on next week?
TTG Mini League is on next week, I can confirm.
Okay.
And I will be once again there on a Wednesday for Mini League 2. Can't start in the midfield without being put in the gravel. Deneen brake checked me mid-Ascari. That's from Glock.
What is that? I don't look back on that.
Oh, Bass is coming in the comment section. I hope he doesn't go back on the stream to hear what I've said about him. Because, honestly, I'm on the brink of actually getting him into this party and having a word with him. Because that was quite bad, I thought. driving. Thank you very much, Glock. We'll have a look at the footage. And thank you very much for Deneen for the interview as well. Mads, you're up next, considering Bullboy's not here.
Hello.
Hello, how was your race out there?
It was pretty quiet. I managed once again to keep out of trouble and capitalize on other people's mistakes. So I got what I wanted in the end, and that's a top 10 finish. So I didn't expect that, but obviously people make mistakes. So I could gain a few positions there, 3 positions. So I'm happy I kept it clean, and once again it paid out.
Yeah.
Not getting into trouble. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied.
Obviously,
starting from the back as well, obviously, and getting into the points is great.
Yeah, obviously little Brookie spinning at Lascari. I think you were behind him while that actually occurred. So that was a position gained from the get-go. Were any other positions gained from like people spinning out in front of you?
Pretty much all my overtakes was gained from people spinning out and crashing out. So yeah, I didn't really make an overtake. I just drove around, keeping it clean, staying on track, don't make any mistakes. So I'm happy that it paid off. It paid off once again.
And I'm glad it paid off for you as well. Moving on into Mexico next week, how do you think you're going to get on?
Well, Monza is not my favorite track, so I hope I can be more competitive. I didn't really have the pace to battle anyone out on track today, so
yeah.
Mexico should be better, and then obviously I can qualify, so it should make it a lot easier than it was today.
Oh, Stallman Tour getting very close here in Mexico. Thank you very much, Matt. Bullboy back yet? Well, that Mike Gosling, I think he might be.
Indeed.
Ah, you are here. How was your race out there? You finished 4th, 5th in the end? With the penalties?
Yeah, 5th. Quite surprised. So I started in 14th or 15th. Didn't really do much at the start. Tried to keep it clean. My front wing okay, and that worked out alright. But yeah, I expected there'd be crashes up ahead so I could benefit from them early on, but there was nothing, so I was stuck in 15th for the majority of the first in, and then I saw Boseman spin out, my teammate of course spinning out, Fast spinning out, many people having incidents ahead, and I was 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, and then I found myself in 5th, so yeah, it's quite a bizarre way to do it, but just keeping it clean and consistent, I was able to get 10 points today.
Yeah, obviously finishing in 5th, did very well there. Good battles throughout the race. Talk us through what happened there out on track, as somebody called CHR Kevin Miller has joined. CHR.
Yeah, battle with Storm a lot. Matey boy, another one. Wizards hit me on the start of the second lap as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very hard to like pull away, so we just kept on getting in each other's slipstreams and everything, so yeah, made for quite an interesting race, loads of good battles.
Good battling indeed. Now, I think the driving standards as a whole were actually quite good tonight from what I saw, from what I covered anyways in the stream. Obviously it might be different opinions bounding about everywhere. I certainly saw Bass driving over aggressively towards a couple of drivers. Did he get into contact with you at all in that race? Or with any of you in that race?
I didn't even see it.
Yeah. I think I caught that on stream as well, so... Yeah. I think the battle between Vienmi and me was clean. That's Senenzi in the comment section, by the way. Yeah, I thought it was clean as well. Even though you held him up and probably cost him the race win. That's to be argued. Going on then into Mexico next week, boy. How do you think you're going to get on around there?
A little better than here.
A little better? Is that a podium?
Well,
hint of a podium?
In terms of my overall pace, it's not dependent on, you know, that I can beat Boseman and that, because I can't, but I know that those guys do make quite a few errors, and I've been able to capitalise on it, so I think this track, Monza. I mean, I can go okay around there, but 1.7 seconds off in qualifying isn't gonna make me too competitive in the race. Although I was, but yeah, Mexico. I think I'll do a little bit better. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
That's obviously good to hear. Thank you very much for the interviews. I think we are done because there's nobody else here. Oh, Mr. Meyer is going to be unmuted in 3, 2, 1. You're live. Don't swear in the GHR house. Christian commentary. Oh, we've got Monaco. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Got Monaco, and it looks like Bulber might be starting ahead of me. Hehe.
Wait, really?
Think so. I'm in 8th, so.
Oh, thank goodness I'm last.
Ah.
I find it funny that.
Mr. Meyer?
I find it funny when some rag bubble always comes and really shafts me. My luck never seems present. I mean, I was fighting for a podium for once. Last time I fought for a podium was like 3 months ago.
Illegal maneuver. Cede that position or we'll receive a penalty.
Yeah, right.
Oh, what is this Renault doing? What is the McLaren guy doing?
You have a lot of wing damage. Box for a new one. Are you alright? Engine off. Engine off.
I got rid of the dirty boy in the threat. Yeah, I will not come into. I know you're pissed off, Jackson. Will not come into.
Yeah,
for an interview.
It's just that feeling of when you know you haven't had success, you get there.
Yeah, you were doing really well though, because I think you were top 5 for a long point in that first half of the race, and then the connection
I qualified P6, had a clean start, which was happy, and then I was just managed back in the lap times to catch Bass.
Yeah. Was Basson clean to you at all? Because that's something I want to find out.
No, it was really clean.
He was. That's a surprise. Oh, we've just seen Bullboy die. Brilliant. What happened? What? Second corner? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I forget what happened 5 minutes ago. Never mind what happened in that race.
What happened when I got taken out?
Yes.
So you and Boatman were alongside each other. I came in, I think I had such a good turn 2 that I was right behind Bass, and for some reason, due to the lag, of course, it came back and actually hit me. I was somehow Bass, and then jumped forward, and then caught me on my rear. So it just spun me, and it just put me off into the gravel, and I couldn't get back on the track because everyone was so close to each other. So I would have ended up behind Mads. And then my connection just went, and it wasn't because of rage quitting. Yeah, I probably did sound like it.
Oh. Anyways, yeah, I think we're done with the interview. How are you going to get on in Mexico, by the way, Jack?
If I can keep this positivity going, which there is none of, and since next week I have no school for the week, I can put all my time in
Lucky
practice.
sod.
I feel like, well, you finish uni.
I'm off for 3 months anyways at uni. Yeah, exactly. In fact, I'm finished uni, so I can't really complain.
You're the lucky one.
Exactly. Oh, JB has been spun by Toad. And he's got caught on the inside. Gets caught on the inside. Absolutely disgraceful driving there. Thank you very much, by the way, Jack. I think we can end here.
Storm.
No, I think we can end here. Obviously, Friday, tomorrow, F1. Then we've got F4 on Saturday, and then we have got the eagerly anticipated debut season of GHR GT Sport, which I'm going to promote the fuck out of because it is going to be so good. Circuit de la Sarthe is the first round. Pro-Am from 6 o'clock. Pro from 7:15. There's going to be 15 drivers now in Pro-Am. I have done a few little changes to the driver placements given what people have been messaging me. And there'll be 14 drivers in Pro. I'll update the list tomorrow of the driver placements for thingy. Anyone apart from, I think it's Kyle that is affected and Yera is affected as well. Everyone else is fine, so don't worry. Just swapping about due to like pace and stuff like that. I might have got a couple of people wrong. But yeah, so GT Sport, Circuit de la Sarthe on Sunday. I'm very excited. It'll be me for Pro-Am commentating in the box. I will need somebody hosting that lobby. I don't know who it's going to be. And then for Pro, for 7:15, it'll be the same. And I'm going to have Betland Sniper Kyle in the commentary box with me. For the race for Pro, so I'm very excited to be once again alongside him in the commentary box for full season of GT Sport action. And dates, by the way, I will confirm thingy, but you should get the gist of it. We're taking a break in the middle of the season, that's about it. But that's pretty much it. Oh, what time did what? 6 o'clock for Pro-Am, normal time, if you're in TFRL. So 6 o'clock on Sunday, and then 7:15 for Pro. ILR will not be happy, but who cares? I'd rather be here for GT Sport. I'd rather be here for GT Sport. But anyways, I'm now going to end it here, unless anybody else wants to say anything. Except for
I deserve a podium at some point in my life.
You deserve a podium. Pastor Maldonado, everything's going crazy now in the party behind me. Thank you very much then for watching. I'll check the comments before we end, just in case I've missed anything.
I think Bass wants an invite to a party.
Yeah, Bass does want an invite to a party. We'll have a talk to him after this. Because what I found, his driving was a bit dirty, to be honest. And hopefully Montana might kick him out of the team, but there you go. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.